Hey guys, this is Dave from Fitness Technology Services. So I just got a request on doing an incline motor for an elliptical. So my next video is going to be about doing an incline motor on an elliptical. So the first thing you need to do, believe it or not, is get your belt out. Sounds kind of strange, but it is what it is. As you can see, this side over here is already strapped up. I use my strap off of my utility bag for that, but I don't have two straps. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to use my belt on the other side. And you could really do two of these or string or whatever you have around the house. But I'm going to hold this up like this, because really what I want to do is I want to have no weight down here on the incline frame. I want to make sure that's as easy as for me as possible to do, really, all right? So after that, here's kind of a list of tools that you'll need. It's a 11/16 and a 14 millimeter or 9/16. You can do everything with these opening adjustable wrenches if you want. I want to do it a little faster, so I'm going to do it with a socket set. Any kind of Phillips head, it doesn't really matter what type, all right? Manual, drill, up to you. So the next thing we got to do is we got to take these covers off. Now, as you can see, mine's kind of wrinkled up because I've taken it off a couple times. So each set of screws is about 1.5 inches, 2 inches underneath this label, all right? So we're going to remove that. Some screws, as usual with my videos, have already been removed because I don't want it to take too long. All right, I'm taking the cover off. There's two more that would have been mounted right up front here. You can kind of see the holes, but I'm taking that off, all right? So the next thing we want to do is we want to disconnect and take off these two screws right here. Disconnect. We're not disconnecting, we're just taking them out. All right. So now we've gotten down to the frame of the machine. We can see it quite clearly. All right. Now, this disconnects the incline power. This disconnects the incline information. And this is a green grounding screw. All right. So you're going to have to take this green grounding screw off. All right. Put this here where we won't lose it. All right, and then you have to take these two off apart right here. Now they clip in, so you don't really have to worry about installing it wrong, all right? Then next thing we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the information. So the incline now is completely disconnected from everything. All right, so on the next thing we're going to do is we're going to have to start disconnecting the inside bolts. So I think for that I probably should come back over here. You can see this clearly right here. That's pretty good. All right, so on this, I've already measured it. I know that it's either a 14 or a 9/16. All right, and this is the only thing that really holds this incline to this frame is this bolt right here. So we're just going to get our socket set up. And I guess a lot of people don't have tools like that, so I'm just going to use a plain old adjustable wrench on this side over here. And I'm just going to hold that bad boy in place right there, like so. The key to really making the incline not really difficult to do, as you can tell, is having the leg suspended. If you have the leg suspended, there's no weight. You're not constantly fumbling around and trying to mess with something. All right. Let's take this bad boy out. There are two washers inside of here. I guess they sort of have to go back. So make sure you put the two washers back, but we'll do that when we get to it. Kind of used to doing this with an impact. This feels like it's taking me forever, but I'll live with it. All right, so there's a screw for that. Here's one washer. There's two washers. All right, so now this really is completely disconnected from your incline motor itself. All right, so that's really not too hard to do. It's just one bolt. Now, because I don't like it to be in my way, it gets on my nerves too. I'm just going to put something here to sort of hold that up. All right, so the next thing is we have another bolt you might be able to see it from your angle right here. This actually holds the incline to the frame, and that's a little bit bigger. I think that is the 11/16. 11/16, yeah. So I'm going to go in here like this. Take this off, same thing. Make this a little bigger. Go the right way, it wouldn't hurt. A little bit more. Tighten it up a little bit. And let's see. Alright. Alright, poke the seal on that. That one's spinning easier now. Make sure I got that on there good. Alright. Nice and tight. Try this again. There we go. Alright. So now what I'm doing is actually disconnecting the bolt that holds the incline in place. Okay. Take this out right here. Now this is loose, so I shouldn't have too much difficulty in getting this out. No tools involved. Just did that by hand. Alright. So now my incline, and there are no washers back here by the way, is free. So the next thing I need to do is undo these tie wraps right here. And I guess what I mean by undo is cut them. So we're going to snip these bad boys. 1, 2, and then come over here to this one. There we go. Take them off. Come over here. So here's the wire right here. One more tie wrap, always something. I'm going to clip the tie wrap you can't see. There it is. Pull the wire harness out right there. Again, I like the ramp held up just a little bit, make it easier for me. If you have 2 people, you can have somebody hold it, but usually it's a one-man service job in general. And you're going to take this, and ta-da! Incline is out. Put it back, just do the reverse procedures. No. Alright, so we have the incline out, so now we're going to replace it back where it belongs. I'm going to reuse the same incline motor because there really was nothing wrong with mine. I'm just taking it out for the video. So we're just going to stick it back in here. We're going to run the wire over on this side because this is where it was. Just like that. So you have to make sure that this wire doesn't get pinched when this frame goes back down. But that's not yet. So the first thing we're going to do is just kind of place it there. And then we're going to run this big long bolt into the rear frame of it. Okay, you see that poking out on the other side over here? I'm not going to put the nut on yet because I'll probably take it apart again. I'm just doing that for a visual for you guys, all right? So the next thing we want to do is we want to place this other bolt in and the 2 washers that correspond with that. All right, so we're going to take a little helper out right here, lower this down. So it's nice to get those to line up perfectly. Not only is it nice, don't spin the silver part of the incline too much because that can make it mess up its calibrations, all right? We just want to line the holes up. Then we're going to put this in right here like so, okay? Next, we're going to take our bolt right here, line this up a little bit right here like this. Then you're going to play with that a little bit so that's in somewhat. Now I'm going to do the other side of it. You might not be able to see quite as well, but it's basically the same procedures as the other side. You just got to get lucky and wiggle that bad boy in. I mean, just no other way to word it, but it takes a little bit of luck. Okay, see, poking through there. I got both washers inside. So I should put the nut on the other side right here, but for video's sake, for right now, I won't. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tie wrap the wire down just a little bit So I'm going to go through here. Let me a tie wrap underneath here like so. You could probably take this in place if you don't have any tie wraps. I don't think that would really matter too much. You just kind of want to get it supported. You can put a whole bunch of tie wraps in there if you're worried about it, but it doesn't bother me none. So I'm just going to stick one on there, really just to show you guys. Okay. And the main thing is you just want to make sure it's underneath here so it doesn't get pinched. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is cut this strap right here. All right. So we got our bolts in. We got this in. In theory, the incline is done. So we got to hook up the wire. So that's going to come out. And it's going to go underneath because, again, you don't want it to get pinched by this frame. So it's going to come under here and pop up. We're going to reconnect these. 1, 2. Here's the second one. Make sure that you don't bend any of these pins. If you do bend one of these pins, the incline won't work because this is the information side. If you don't get this plugged in right, the incline won't work because this is the power side. All right? So plug that in like so. We got to put that little screw back here. All right. We're pretty much reassembling it once you got it apart. We'll kind of come to you. Okay. Now, of course, you would put your two covers back on. I'm not going to bother doing that. This cover would go right here like so. This cover would go back here like so, and everything would be fixed. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure everything's working. So I'm not going to bother with the covers. Just video for you. I'm just going to put our arm back down, and then I'm going to raise and lower the incline so that we know everything's hooked up and that we know it's not going to be pinched anywhere. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to go back over here. Lift this up a little bit. Take my belt back off. Use that for my britches later, but not for now. All right, that lines up. You should turn it off, but I never power down anything. I'm just bad like that. I use everything as live. All right, so I'm going to press start. Do our incline up. As you can see, we have successfully installed a new incline motor on a Soul Elliptical. So I hope this video was helpful. I have a couple people now that have asked for this. I have somebody in particular asked me last night. So this is your video. Hopefully this will help you a lot. Give me a call if not. All right? Thanks a lot.